there's gonna be times where we're gonna get stuck on bottom. And what I'm gonna say is that we really don't wanna try to finish the side triangle from bottom. We will talk about the reverse triangle that connects. For today, we're gonna stick with the side triangle. So here's something that we're really looking to avoid. We're gonna show kind of a successful outing for the defender. So Taylor, can you stomp your right foot? Cool, she knows the rights and lefts. If she takes her right foot and steps over my head, and then she gets up to her knees, I don't want to try to finish from a position like this. She's just going to posture up and escape. So this is the worst case scenario. I'm showing that again, just like kind of different views so everyone sees it. So again, like I might be here trying to make these adjustments, and if my partner just like kicks up and gets up on her knees, you're going to lose this position every time. So for drill sake, it's not a bad idea to allow your partner to do that so you feel what that is, so you know kind of what they're doing. But then also practice avoiding and transitioning to front positioning. And I'm going to show you what I mean by that in a moment. So here's an example of just prevention. As I'm trying to make my adjustments, if I see that leg come towards me, I can use my stopper hand to stop her. So it goes from grabbing the wrist, I see that leg, and I just kind of post out and stop my partner. She tries to bridge, try to get on top, really try, 100%. I can just try to stop my partner. It's not a bad idea to learn that or practice it. But it's gonna come a time where as I'm trying to go for this finish, especially someone athletic is gonna get there. And all I'm gonna do is make sure that my head, keep going, my head travels to the other side of my partner's body. I don't let her step over my head. Okay, I make sure this leg ends up here. Now trying to finish from this bottom position is gonna be really tough. We do have reverse triangles, we'll talk about that later. But for right now, here's what I want you to practice. Anytime you end up in this scenario, is I'm gonna let go of the Kimura, and I'm gonna grab my partner's far hip. And this is gonna allow me to travel up to the front position, okay? So I'm gonna travel upward as I drag my partner's tricep back. I'll show you guys a better view of this, but from here, I can now start dropping my hips and get my tap. If you can do it from here, might be the best here. So in this scenario, we're doing the other side now, but we're here, she goes a step over, but then make sure my head travels out to the back side. Okay, and when I'm in this position, I don't need the Kimura, I just need to keep my legs somewhat locked. And she tries to step over my head, she can't, I can start traveling up. And I'm just gonna drag my legs back and cover my chest over my partner's back. And again, I drag my knees back and I get the tap. So showing this now with your hips towards the wall, what we're doing, guys, and this is actually a form of entry that we can talk about right now, just kind of close out that thought. If she has like a single leg, and I end up throwing my heel into my partner's armpit, I'm switching my legs. You guys can see my right foot here. If I switch from left heel in the armpit to right heel, I can now lock the side triangle right from this position. And if I start dropping my hips, I'm just slowly splitting my knees wide and dropping my hips. It's a really strong triangle. Okay, just so you guys see how this kind of converts. If I fell over to my side, we're back to where we started. So we kind of have these two major finishing positions, top and if somehow we just fell over to this side, which wouldn't really happen, but could happen, front, because I'm in front of my partner's shoulders, basically front headlock. So these are the two, this is a little bit more advanced concept, I think it's good as practice. Showing is kind of like a full speed motion of you stepping over. So if I get into this position, I think it's a good drill. If my partner does get over, I just keep my head low and I duck up the side and I feel like, and right away, look, I lock my triangle. If you guys can see here, I have it locked into her armpit, and I just split my knees and drop my hips. Without a partner, in this kind of funky looking position, I'm gonna lock my triangle, and I don't squeeze together like I would if I was on top. Instead, my knees split wide, and I drop my hips. Almost like a frog stretch for those who know what I'm talking about. It's that motion, but with a triangle.